Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tearing open a really fascinating market. It touches on health, on innovation, and maybe surprisingly, global consumer trends. We're talking about the supplements and nutrition packaging market.
That's right. And we've got, well, quite a comprehensive market report right here. It's got projections stretching all the way out to 2033. So it gives us an incredibly detailed look. Global figures, regional revenues, growth rates,
Mhm.
and maybe most importantly, what's actually driving this significant market.
Yeah, and our mission today is simple. Give you a shortcut to really getting up to speed on this industry. You'll walk away with the key takeaways, maybe some surprising facts, and a much clearer sense of why this seemingly niche market. It's actually a pretty robust indicator of broader shifts in how we think about health and how industries are, well, innovating to keep pace.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's unpack this, starting with the global view, because the scale is quite something. Back in 2021, the supplements and nutrition packaging market was already valued at what, nearly $26 billion? dollars?
That's right. Almost $26 billion. But it's the trajectory that's really fascinating here.
Hmm.
From that baseline, it's projected to climb past $31 billion by 2025.
Okay.
And then really take off, estimated to reach over $46 billion by 2033.
Wow.
Yeah, and what that translates to is a compound annual growth rate, the CAGR, of around 4.9%. So this isn't just, slow and steady. It's robust, consistent expansion. It really shows the global demand for these specialized packaging solutions, specifically for health products.
And what's the engine behind that? That kind of growth, it feels like it's more than just people deciding to be a bit healthier, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's really driven by a sort of dual force, I'd say. First, you've got this undeniable global rise in health consciousness. People are just more proactive now. Preventative care, fitness, overall well-being.
Right.
It's huge.
Right.
And second, directly linked to that is just the sheer explosion in supplement consumption. Vitamins, proteins, you name it.
Right.
But, and this is critical, there's also the innovation happening in the packaging itself. That's key to meeting these, evolving consumer needs.
That makes sense. And that innovation, it's not just about a flashy label, is it? It sounds like it's a balancing act functionality, making sure it's sustainable, but yeah, it still needs to look good on the shelf.
Exactly. Think about keeping products fresh,
Yeah.
ensuring safety, tamper evidence, and increasingly using more eco-friendly materials, recycled content, maybe compostable options. It's a direct response to what health-conscious consumers are asking for.
Hmm. Demand driving innovation.
Precisely.
Okay, so from that big global picture, let's zoom in a bit because the growth, as you said, isn't the same everywhere. Some regions are really taking off. Where should we start our regional tour?
Well, we absolutely have to start with Asia Pacific. It really stands out. It's the fastest growing region by a significant margin. So its market size back in 2021 was over $9.4 billion.
Already huge.
Yeah, and projected to hit almost $11.7 billion by 2025, and then an impressive $18 billion plus by 2033. That gives it a KGR of around 5.6%. That's strong growth.
And within APAC, I see some really eye-popping numbers for individual countries. India, for instance, its CAGR is pegged at around 6.4%. That's huge, taking it from roughly $1.4 billion dollars to nearly $3 billion dollars by 2033.
It's quite exceptional, isn't it?
Yeah.
India's growth. And it's not just more people buying supplements. It's also about, the rise of e-commerce, making these products way more accessible, plus a growing middle class that's actively investing in health.
Right, those factors combined.
Yeah, they create this powerful demand. And it influences the packaging, too. Maybe smaller formats, more durable packaging for trickier supply chains, reaching cities and rural areas.
China's numbers are big too, over $2.6 billion dollars in 2021, heading towards $5.1 billion dollars by 2033. That's a 5.8% CAGR. And even Singapore, nearly 5.9% CAGR. It's really a dynamic region.
Absolutely. A real engine for the global market.
Okay, so from that rapid growth in Asia Pacific, let's pivot. Let's talk about North America, maybe more familiar ground for some listeners. Its growth profile looks a bit different, but it's still a massive piece of the puzzle, right?
Oh, definitely. North America is still a powerhouse. Its revenue was, over $7.3 billion in 2021, projected to increase to nearly $8.7 billion by 2025, and then over $12.2 billion by 2033. So that's a TRGR of about 4.3%. Solid, consistent growth in a very mature market.
And the U.S. leads that charge.
Yes, the U.S. is the dominant player. Starting near $6 billion in 2021, expected to climb towards almost $10 billion by 2033. Canada also shows a pretty solid profile, actually, over a 5% TAGR there.
So a mature market, still growing steadily. Are the packaging trends similar there, or are there specific North American sort of demands, like sustainability?
Sustainability is huge in North America,
Yeah.
absolutely. Driven by consumers, but also by regulations. You see a big push for recyclable materials, compostable options, even refillable packaging concepts are starting to gain traction.
Interesting.
And convenience is key too. Smaller packs for on the go. Smart packaging is emerging, things like dosage reminders or authenticity checks built in.
So very responsive to consumer demands for convenience and eco-friendliness. Okay, let's cross the Atlantic. Europe, another major contributor. What's the story unfolding there?
Europe's total revenue was over $5.3 billion in 2021,
Yeah.
set to rise past $9 billion by 2033. That's supported by a key GR of around 4.5%,
Uh-huh.
so fairly similar overall growth to North America.
Okay.
But interestingly, you see some internal variation. Germany, for example, shows stronger performance. Its TAGR is around 5.2%, going from just over $1 billion in 2021 to nearly $2 billion by 2033.
But Russia, on the other hand, looks much slower. A KGR under 3%.
Yeah, just about 2.9%. That's a notable difference within the continent.
What do you think explains that gap between, say, Germany and Russia? Is it just economics or maybe how established the supplement culture is?
It's likely a mix of things. Germany, like much of Western Europe, has a very developed health and wellness sector.
Hmm.
High consumer awareness, high disposable income for these products. Plus, there's a really strong trend towards natural, organic products, and that usually comes with demand for clean, sustainable packaging.
Right.
Russia, well, it's a large market, but perhaps facing different economic headwinds, or maybe the supplement culture isn't quite as entrenched yet. The focus on specific packaging innovations might just be less intense there currently.
Makes sense. Okay, let's check out some other regions that show promise. How about South America?
South America is definitely growing, climbing from over $1.6 billion in 2021 to over $3 billion by 2033. That's a healthy CGR, around 5.2%. Brazil's the biggest market there, but Argentina actually shows an even higher CGR, around 5.7%.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, growing from about $300 million to nearly $580 million. It
Yeah.
points to, rising health awareness, expanding middle classes, changing consumption habits.
And the Middle East also seeing decent movement.
Yes,
Yeah.
considerable movement there too. Moving from over $1.2 billion in 2021 towards $2.3 billion by 2033. That's a CGR of about 5.1%. The UAE really stands out within the region with a TGR close to 5.7%, growing from around $245 million to nearly $476 million. Turkey's also strong, about 5.5% CAGR. And in the Middle East, you often see a preference for, well, high quality, sometimes quite premium-looking packaging, reflects a focus on brand image and perceived value.
Got it. And finally, Africa. Often seen as a market with huge long-term potential.
Definitely. Africa's market is expanding from nearly $900 million in 2021 to almost $1.6 billion by 2033. That's an EGR of about 4.5%.
Yeah.
And South Africa is the current leader there with a CGR over 5.1%.
Still solid growth.
Yeah. And while the overall market size is smaller right now, the long-term potential is definitely there. As infrastructure improves, health awareness grows, economies develop, the demand for accessible and also very durable packaging solutions will be really key for that region.
Wow, what an insightful tour around the world of supplements and nutrition packaging. We've seen this significant global growth, but also these fascinating regional stories, hotspots like India, Singapore, Germany, even Argentina, showing really remarkable acceleration.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The numbers really confirm it.
Hmm.
You have this powerful combination. The drive for better health meeting innovative, responsible packaging. It creates a truly robust market.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a testament to how consumer preferences, what people actually want, directly shapes industrial growth and pushes that innovation forward, whether it's eco-materials or smart features.
So as you, our listeners, go about your day, maybe think about this. The packaging on the health products you see, or maybe even use, how does it reflect these trends? Are you noticing those new materials or maybe more functional designs? Is there stronger messaging around sustainability now? Because this market, it isn't just about numbers on a page. It's a living example of how the way we consume is changing and how industries are racing, really, to adapt and meet those evolving needs. It's quite something to watch. Welcome to the deep dive. For anyone following the health and wellness industry, well, it's pretty clear packaging isn't just a container anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But what are those subtle underlying currents turning it into something really strategic? You might see a bottle, maybe a pouch, but what if that container is actually like at the forefront of this whole health revolution?
That's spot on. Yeah.
Silently shaping how we trust, choose, even consume our wellness products.
It is exactly right. We're in this era where personal well-being is just, well, paramount.
Yeah.
And packaging has really shifted. It's gone from mere protection to being this powerful promise,
To promise, how so?
a promise of purity, efficacy, and honestly, even an engaging user experience.
Okay, so for this deep dive, we're not just looking inside the package.
Right.
We're looking at how the package itself is becoming a critical player. We'll dig into the forces driving its evolution, the hurdles brands are facing,
Yeah, the tricky bits.
and some pretty surprising innovations on the horizon. Okay, let's unpack this and see what's making this market tick.
Let's do it.
It feels like everyone is just so much more health conscious now.
Mm-hmm.
From your perspective, is that heightened awareness the main engine, really,
Right.
driving this explosion in supplement packaging?
Without a doubt, it's fundamental. We're seeing this shift,
Right.
right? From reactive health to proactive wellness.
Right, being proactive.
Especially with, say, Gen Z millennials.
Hmm.
They see supplements as an investment, performance, not just fixing an illness.
Okay.
So yeah, more people integrating dietary supplements, vitamins, protein powders, functional foods, those things fortified with extra benefits.
Yeah, functional foods are everywhere now.
Exactly. And the real insight here is they're not just products anymore. They're perceived as promises of well-being.
Okay.
And for that promise to land, packaging had to evolve. It's not just containment. It's got to preserve freshness, ensure ingredient stability, communicate benefits clearly.
So it's doing a lot of jobs.
A lot. It's become absolutely crucial to brand strategy in this whole wellness space.
That's a huge shift. And like you said, it's not just about what's inside the box anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The rise of e-commerce, direct-to-consumer, that's added a whole new layer, hasn't it?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. More people buying supplements online.
Right. Click, click, delivered.
So packaging now has to do way more than just sit pretty on a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
It has to survive shipping, the bumps and knocks.
Sure.
Tampering, that's critical.
Yeah.
And maybe most importantly, deliver a really satisfying unboxing experience.
Oh, the unboxing.
That's not just safety now, it's storytelling, creating that impression right from when the box lands on your doorstep. Brands are investing heavily in this, that Instagrammable moment, right?
With the focus on the unboxing, it's fascinating, but surely there's a risk there. With all this focus on storytelling and impression, are brands sometimes maybe sacrificing function, like just basic product protection for the sake of aesthetics? Or does it just drive up costs?
That's an excellent point. And yeah, it's definitely a balancing act.
Okay.
For premium brands, sure, the unboxing is part of the product value. But for, say, value-focused brands, it's about finding smart ways to enhance the experience without compromising protection or making it too expensive.
Smart ways.
Yeah. And this actually leads us nicely into another major force. How does all this creative freedom then square with the really strict rules around health products?
Ah, yes. The regulations.
Because I imagine the regulatory side must be playing a huge role here, too.
Absolutely. So how are stricter global standards actually impacting packaging design day to day?
Well, the regulatory landscape.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely reshaping things significantly. You've got stricter global standards for labeling, dosage clarity, ingredient disclosures.
Right.
So manufacturers now need packaging that, well, it has to support really high-quality printing.
Okay.
It needs to integrate things like QR codes for traceability, like farm to bottle,
Wow, okay.
and incorporate secure sealing mechanisms. Think anti-counterfeiting.
Right, gotta trust what's inside.
Exactly. So the new balancing act for brands is staying compliant, keeping up with all these evolving rules, while also trying to build that premium, trustworthy brand image. It's a lot to juggle.
It really sounds like spinning a lot of plates. Okay, so opportunity, yes, but challenges too.
Always.
What does this mean for the hurdles in the market? I guess one of the biggest restraints must be the cost, right? Especially for premium and sustainable packaging.
That's a huge one. Yeah.
It seems like a real catch-22. Sustainability is almost expected now, but it must hit the bottom line hard.
It truly is a significant point. There's this strong demand for eco-conscious stuff, compostable jars, biodegradable films.
Right.
But it comes at a steep price, and that's particularly tough for, the small and mid-sized brands.
Yeah, the smaller players.
Especially if they're in cost-sensitive markets. It makes it really hard for them to meet that consumer expectation for sustainability without, well, straining their budgets.
Are there workarounds?
We are seeing some clever things, like collaborative efforts maybe, sharing molds to cut down per unit costs.
Interesting.
And some brands are really leaning into educating consumers, explaining that The slightly higher price reflects that eco-investment.
Okay, that makes sense. And beyond cost, you mentioned stability earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That core issue of product stability. Many supplements are super sensitive, right? That must add another layer of complexity.
Indeed. Yeah, very sensitive. Light, air, moisture, they
Hmm.
can all degrade the product.
So the packaging has to be like a fortress?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It needs to be an effective barrier. Take UV-resistant films, for
Mhm.
example. It's not just blocking light. It's often complex, multi-layer structures,
Right.
sometimes with specific pigments to protect things like, say, vitamin D.
Wow.
Or oxygen absorbers. They might use iron powder to literally scavenge oxygen inside the pack.
Okay, that's pretty high tech for a bottle.
It is. And engineering these solutions is crucial, but it's also expensive. It really pushes manufacturers to constantly innovate on the protection side.
That technical detail is fascinating. And
Yeah.
then think about the global market.
Mm-hmm.
If a brand wants to sell everywhere, I mean, the complexities must just multiply.
Oh, absolutely. Connect that to the bigger picture. And yeah, regional regulatory differences are another major headache
Right.
for global brands trying to scale up internationally. Each country often has its own unique rules,
Mm-hmm.
labeling norms, what you can claim about the product.
Sometimes validation. Right.
Exactly. Language requirements, obviously.
Yeah.
All these variations just ramp up the complexity, the cost, the time it takes to get to market. It's definitely not one size fits all.
So, given all these challenges, costs, stability, regulations, what's actually catching on? What are the solutions people are turning to? Let's shift gears. Let's talk trends.
Okay.
Because it's not just about function, it's about what's next. First up, seems like eco-friendly, recyclable materials are huge.
Monumental, yeah.
Mhm.
This is a massive shift. Companies are actively swapping out traditional plastics.
For what?
Recycled content,
Mhm.
plant-based materials, think PLA from cornstarch compostable formats designed to break down safely.
That's great.
And it aligns perfectly with consumers being more environmentally aware.
Mm.
It gives brands a competitive edge, sure, but it also genuinely reduces their footprint.
Yeah.
We're even seeing ideas like refillable systems start to gain some traction.
Refillables. Interesting. That's a powerful statement. Okay, another game changer you hear about is smart packaging.
Ah, yes.
Making the package itself interactive. How is packaging becoming a portal?
Well, it's intriguing how packaging is becoming this, like, data portal and engagement tool.
How does that work?
Think QR codes you scan with your phone,
Okay, seen those.
or NFC tags you just
Yeah.
tap your phone. Even augmented reality experiences overlaying info on the package.
Whoa.
So the packaging can offer real-time product info, maybe usage guidance, even verify if it's authentic, right there at your fingertips.
So much more than just a label.
Exactly. For today's health-conscious consumer, that level of transparency, that interactivity,
Mhm.
it's not really a luxury anymore. It's fast becoming an expectation. You can trace ingredients, check batch numbers,
Or even get a workout routine.
potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Customized content linked to the product.
That level of engagement really does change the game. And finally, one more thing for people always on the move. Single serve seems to be booming.
Oh, absolutely booming. Think about it. Stick packs, little sachets, compact containers.
Perfect for the gym bag or desk drawer.
Exactly. Perfect for busy lifestyles. Need a protein fix after the gym.
Mhm.
Quick vitamin boost at work.
Yep.
These portable formats make supplements more accessible, more accurate with dosing, and way less messy.
True.
They just fit seamlessly into how people live now, offering
Yeah.
precision, convenience, sometimes even reducing waste compared to a big tub if you only need a bit.
Okay, so wrapping this all up,
Yeah.
what does this all mean? It feels like we're at this point where wellness is super personal. And packaging is now like a really integral part of that whole experience. The supplements and nutrition packaging market seems to be at a real crossroads.
I'd agree. It's a market really driven by this dynamic interplay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Evolving consumer expectations on one hand,
Right.
rapid tech innovation on the other,
Yeah, the smart stuff.
and these complex regulatory frameworks keeping everyone on their toes.
Yeah.
It's pushing brands constantly to rethink the very skin of their products.
So next time you, our listener, reach for your supplement, what stands out to you? Maybe take a second look.
Yeah.
Consider how that package itself is silently communicating values, sustainability maybe, transparency,
How it builds trust?
and how the future of wellness isn't just about what's inside the package, but how the package itself enhances your trust, your whole experience. Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other seemingly mundane objects around us are quietly undergoing their own deep transformative evolution?